We have the lovely pleasure of being in the presence of Vanessa Williams, my friend and talent. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So many people have heard and seen much of what you've done. You've acted, you dance, you do everything. You're a mother, have been a wife, are a fiance. How do you do it all?
One project at a time. You know, I've been a mother for 27 years now, so I don't remember really my life or career without raising kids. A lot of people say, how do you balance it? And I've always had kids. So that was one of the things that's just been part of how you work out schedules and how you plan your life. I mean, there are certain things that I turned down in my career that I might have been elsewhere in my career, but my priority was my kids. So I didn't travel, I didn't move to some place, I didn't take specific projects because I wanted to be there for my kids. I've traveled the world and come home for 1 hour to see you know, one of my children do something that I promised them that I'd be there, and then jumped back on a plane and did what I needed to do. So you just make it work. It doesn't always feel great. It doesn't mean that you don't feel like you're letting somebody down. You absorb all the guilt and frustration, but that's one of the feelings that you get when you're a mom.
That's very true. Do you have an example of one of those times?
Well, one of the times I think my biggest time that I actually flew for one event was my daughter had her confirmation in October in church, and I was doing 6 shows in Osaka, Japan, so I had to fly from Osaka to Tokyo, Tokyo to New York, get there in time for the church, go to the ceremony, throw a party, and then jump on a plane to Tokyo to do 10 shows as soon as I landed for the following week.
Wow.
So, and I've never, you know, that's a pretty far place to fly for just one day, but you know, it was a confirmation and something that was important, and I knew I had to be there as a mom, and so that's probably the furthest I've ever traveled for my children.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then for guilt, there's always guilt. I mean, and guilt means that you're doing something wrong, which is, I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong when I'm addressing my career and doing what I know I can do, what I need to do to provide for them, but also what I need to do for my own creativity and my career.
So when you feel that guilt, as many working mothers do, what do you tell yourself in the quiet moments?
Well, I think, what do I tell I feel like, oh, I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I could be home for them. And then once I get to where I'm supposed to be, I realize my calling. When I see 1,000 people waiting in their seats for me to perform and sing Save the Best for Last, and they're singing along to it, and they're saying, this is my wedding song, this is my prom song, and I can see the delight that I give when I'm doing what I'm meant to do, then I say, okay. You know, and I come back home fulfilled, and also my kids realize that, you know, that's what mom does.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This part of it is that when you present who you are to those around you, eventually they embrace that. If they love you, they have to embrace that because that's who you are.
It takes a while though to really feel comfortable with who you are, and because you want to please, you want to compete, you want to be relevant, and it's always this dance of, do I fit in? It's like high school. Life is like high school. They're the cool kids, they're the nerds, everyone's got their own group, and you either realize who you are and know that that's your path, and you're going to get the same microcosm of or subset everywhere you go, and you can either change that or you know, maintain who you are.